but they illegally entered my home. They didn't give me no notice. When I was gone, there was nothing on my door when I come back besides that they'd be feeding my bearded dragon because I abandoned it until I come in.
We did not have a working phone number for her, so we weren't able to call her. And that's when we found the bearded dragon. And her neighbor said that she had left to go to a downstate with her boyfriend who was a convict, and they were trying to find him. She left the kids with one of the neighbors, and then she came back and got the kids and told them that she was leaving.
In my view, this looks like the burn goes almost all the way to the subfloor, and that's the destroyed toilet.
Every single door in her apartment needs to be replaced. They're all broken.
This is case number 26-1101 LT. Appearances, Mr. Gann?
Hey, please, the Honorable Court. Steve Gann, P78219 for the plaintiff.
All right, Ms. Hadrich, are you able to see and hear me?
Yes.
All right, we are here for our second hearing on this matter. We had adjourned for the defendant to seek legal advice. Since we're here, I'm assuming there's no resolution. Am I correct on that?
I've not been contacted by any attorney, Your Honor. I have not had any discussions with the defendant. So we would be moving for a judgment for possession at this time.
All right, so Ms. Hadrich, I know we had adjourned for you to get legal advice. Were you able to meet with somebody and get that legal advice?
Well, I didn't, but they denied me through legal aid.
All right. So, Mr. Gann, how much are you claiming is in dispute here?
This is a termination, but the balance due and owing is $4,411.31. That's 4411.31. Court costs of $270.68 for a total of $4681.99. This is a termination for multiple reasons, including repeated late payment of rent, damage to the unit, that we have pictures of. I can share screen to show the court. Unauthorized occupants, smoking in the unit against the policy, and general cluttered unit, unsanitary unit, just overall violations of the lease agreement, as stated in the notice to quit.
Ms. Hadrich, let me ask you, because you have the right to have a hearing. So are you requesting a hearing which would happen today? So basically kind of a mini trial, so to speak. Or do you agree to vacate the premises and to a money judgment?
I don't agree to the reasons, like they illegal entered, and then they were entering without, or they were like feeding my bearded dragon when I was on vacation and stuff. I agree I owe something.
Do you agree that it's $4681.99, if I got that correct?
No, I don't.
All right. So it sounds like we'll need to have a hearing then. Mr. Gann, I know you have a witness here. Let me go ahead and swear her in. Ma'am, will you state your name for the record?
My name is Kathleen McVeigh.
All right, Ms. McVeigh, will you please raise your right hand? Other right hand?
Oh, sorry.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely, yes.
All right, Mr. Gann, whenever you're ready. I'm sorry. So, Ms. Hadrich, how this will work is Mr. Gann's going to ask some questions, and of Ms. McVeigh, you'll be able to ask some questions as well. Presumably that will wrap up his case, and then you'll be able to present your case to me as well also. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Do you have a question about that?
I just don't have the text messages and stuff. I don't have, but that's okay.
Okay. All right. Mr. Gann, whenever you're ready then.
Thank you. Ms. McVeigh, can you please give the court a general description of the unit at this moment in time?
Almost condemned.
Okay.
There's burns on the carpet. One of the toilets is, I don't know what happened, but the toilet, the back part of it that holds the water is shattered.
The tank?
The tank, yes. The window, we had to
Let me stop you right there. Did you take
Sure.
pictures of the unit?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
I have burnt carpet. I have the toilet. I have.
With the court's
I'm sorry.
With the court's permission, I'd like to share my screen, Your Honor.
Yes. Let me see if I.
That's the burnt carpet.
Okay.
There's about 3 or 4 little spots on there. There's
Similar to this?
Yeah, they're a little bit smaller than that, but they're all right in the same spot. I have a picture of all of it.
So in my view, this looks like the burn goes almost all the way to the subfloor.
Yes, sir.
The these appear to be gouges on a windowsill. Is that correct?
There's the bigger one, 3 or 4 spots there. That's in a child's bedroom as well.
And it looks
Is
like
this the same, is this the same carpet that we were looking at in the first photo?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
and that's the destroyed toilet.
Yes, sir. Every single door in her apartment needs to be replaced. They're all broken or jammed in. They were smoking. That's in the bathtub.
And does your property allow smoking?
No, sir. They have to be further than 25 feet away from the building.
Thank you. So, Your Honor, those are the pictures to substantiate the testimony here. I would move to have those admitted as exhibit number 1. Normally, I'd show them to the defendant first, but via Zoom, this is slightly different.
Right. Okay. The court will enter those exhibits.
Thank you. And have you had other issues with this resident?
Yes, sir. Well, we still have a lot more damage too. We've had a broken window from the inside in one of the child's bedrooms that the children could reach the shards of glass. I had that repaired immediately. They also have a bearded dragon in there. They're really not supposed to have reptiles. There's other cigarettes. There's, like I said, every door was broken. I think one of her children basically ran through the house with a black magic marker. We've had several housekeeping issues with her. She's, her apartment is very dirty and very unkempt, and we had bugs in there, flies and things like that. She was gone for a period of time. We thought that she abandoned the apartment. That's when she left the bearded dragon in there alone, and there was food all over the counters and all over the tables. She had garbage that, because she kind of is on an end apartment, and her back part of her apartment goes into the woods, and there was debris and garbage, all the way, diapers, used diapers, into the woods area. Blankets on the window. She had violations 2 or maybe 3 times that we had to violate her for the blankets on the window. She's not supposed to do that. Let's see.
Okay. And during this process, was there a time that you gave her a notice to quit as a result of this?
Yep, we've given her several notices to quit over the years.
Did you give her one on May 21st, 2026?
I believe so.
Your Honor, if I could share my screen one more time. Is this the document you gave to her?
Yes, sir.
And gave it to her on May 21st, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
With a move-out date of June 25th, 2026?
Yes.
And she currently moved out of the apartment?
No, sir.
Thank you. And did you send, as I'm showing on the screen right now, an addendum with that detailing all the problems with the apartment?
Yes.
And those basically just reiterate everything you included there, including letting her know that she had, at that time, $2,211.01 in damages?
Yes.
And has she paid any towards those damages?
No.
Okay. And is it true that she has repeatedly paid her rent late, as stated in this, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, and May of this year?
Yes.
And has she tried to make any payments since you issued the notice to quit?
She has not. She does get a housing voucher that is currently paying her rent, but that will stop. I would imagine once we finalize this case, I'm supposed to send the information over to the voucher. I think it's either Mishta or to the Mint. And so as soon as I get a judgment, or if we get a judgment, I'll have to send that over and they will stop paying her rent.
Thank you. But have you accepted any rent from her? I believe her portion is at $83 per month.
Her portion is $83 a month. Yes, sir. And we have not received anything from her.
Okay. And that answers that question, Your Honor. At this moment in time, I would like to move to have the notice to quit admitted as Exhibit 2.
So received.
Thank you, sir. And I will share my screen one more time. Just bring up the ledger here. This is actually, do you recognize this, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
And
It
what
has
is the,
since changed.
say that
Sorry?
again? And
I
what,
said it has since changed. I'm sorry.
and how has it changed?
I had a couple of, you were correct with the 441131, but I received a few legal charges, which brought it up to 460699, and then whatever else that you put on there.
Okay, so that would be the service of process charge. So you're 4606.99. If we were to add the $75, if that's granted today, that would be the 4681.99.
Perfect.
So this ledger is true and accurate. And one thing that may need to be highlighted is the second line down, that 221101. That is the damage charge, which is represented in the notice to quit that was given to her. Is that correct?
That's correct. So far, I don't know what other damages she's done. If she's done anything else, I don't know if there's anything else in there. But yeah, that is true and correct as of that date.
Understood. Thank you, Your Honor. For ease for the court's understanding of the rent, I would move to have this admitted as exhibit number 3.
So the 441131, that's what's claimed in rent and damages?
Correct.
And rent and damages, that's correct.
All right, and has the 221101 actually been paid out, and have those damages actually been paid out?
They have not yet. I mean, we did repair the window because that was a danger to the children. So that one was paid out. We paid for that, but I have not repaired anything else in her apartment at this point.
How did you come up with the 221101?
From where we get our product from, we get a product from HD Supply and Home Depot. So I went right to their website and got, accurate, up-to-date prices of things that we were going to have to use to repair the damages.
All right, so the total that you're claiming then is 4681.99.
Correct.
Thank you. And then lastly, is this resident subject to a lease agreement?
Does she have one? at
Yeah,
this point?
yes. Does she have a lease? Let me put it in better terms.
Yes, she does have a lease agreement.
And first off, I think I moved to have that admitted, Your Honor. The ledger is exhibit number 3. I can't remember if the court admitted that.
It's received if I didn't.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now I'm going to move the lease over to share the screen. Is this your standard lease of the property, ma'am?
Looks like it, yep.
Okay. And so this is the lease for this resident here. Is that correct?
No.
No, actually, I think I grabbed the wrong lease.
I'm sorry.
Let me see if I can grab the correct lease. Just one moment. If I could have 1 minute, Your Honor, I need to get that scanned into the system.
Sure.
I might even have her lease agreement right here.
Oh, if you have it right there, that's great. All the leases are exact same. If you could present that to the court.
No, that's not it. I might not. Let me see if I get it. I'm so sorry. I do not. I'm sorry. I thought I had it. I'll make sure I have them next time though. I'm learning.
I think a copy may have been provided, but no, that's an attachment. Okay.
Your Honor, a
So-
copy would have been filed with the court with the original complaint.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to locate. I can find the addendum to the notice to quit, an addendum to a lease agreement,
Hey, Sue?
team lease agreement. Is that what you're referring to?
The lease agreement.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I do have one in the file.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm having that scanned to me as well, and in 2 seconds, I'll have that up on the screen for you. But that is the lease agreement. And in that, you'll also see there is an addendum to the rules, as well as a smoke-free attachment in that document as well. And so I would move to have what's admitted, what the court has in their hands, I'd move to have that admitted.
All right. That's received as well, which I believe would be 4.
Thank you. So based on this, ma'am, has the defendant violated the lease agreement?
Yes, she has.
Has she paid her rent on time?
No, she has not.
And she's been smoking on the property
Yes, she has.
and damaged the property?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So at this time, I have no further questions.
Ms. McKean, I have a question. So how many months are you claiming that have not been paid?
Well, her rent is mostly paid by but she's got.
So her subsidy pays its share, correct?
Right, there's one, there's two, there's three, there's four, six.
It should be noted that her rent is 88 now and 83 paid by a outside agency. But if you look on the ledger, I can put that back up on the screen. In fact, I'll pull it right up here. In October 2025, her rent was 803. And then it went down to $88 in November and December, and was further reduced down to $83 in March.
So the amount claimed isn't all based on the $83 a month then? She
That
had
is
a much
correct.
higher rent at some point.
Yeah,
That is correct, Your
there
Honor.
there was damages that were applied to her. The last time she had a zero balance was 9/5 of 25. So there was an NSFD, there was late charges, there was.
How much are the late charges?
They're $40 a month.
Okay.
Yeah. Some damage charges, her rent, let's see, that started not being paid on November 1st of 2025. Some late charges, filing fees, because we tried to evict her a couple of different times. So that's mostly what those are. We even offered her at one point to pay her, we would waive her late fees if she could pay the rest. And she did ask for a form from my leasing supervisor to get some help, whether she picked it up or had it filled out or whatever. We never got it back. But the place that the tip of the mitt that pays her rent will only pay back rent. They won't pay damages. They won't pay NSFs, things like that. So she opted not to take that offer.
So if I want to make sure we're all on the same page, because if I take the 441131 and subtract the damages out of 221101, I come up with what everybody's considering rent of $2,200.30. Does that sound about right?
Yep, that is very, very close. Yes.
All right. All right, Mr. Gann, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
She had some damages in that 2200 in her NSFD, but yeah, approximately right around there. Before we added the damages, is that what you're asking me?
Well, yeah, because I have to break out in the judgment how much is rent, how much is it cost, and how much are damages.
I have a financial statement. Would you like this?
Well, I'm not going to sit here and do math, so
Okay.
somebody's got to tell me how much is rent, how much is damages, and how much is cost.
Okay, so.
Statutory costs, not maybe what Mr. Gann is charging you, but what I'm allowed to give statutorily.
Your Honor, I will do that math for
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
We all went to law school, so we never had to do math, but you actually we're in the black room, never have to do math. So
I had to do my
1 second.
first algebra question about 2 weeks ago since high school. Good thing from Chat GPT.
All right. So, Mr. Gann, do you have, other than getting me figures, do you have any other proofs you wish to present?
No, sir, but I do have the figures for you.
Okay.
Okay. So the total damages, because if you look on the ledger that I'm showing up on the screen right now, there is a damage charge of $270 back in October. And then the additional damages were $22,1101. So that comes to total damages of $24,8101, $24,8101. And the remainder of the $1,933 is made up of rent from the $803 for that 1 month, and then the reduced rent going forward, the NSF fees, late fees. So makes up the remainder of that $44,1131.
So how much did you say was in rent? 19 what?
1933, Your Honor.
Even?
Even, if my public school math is correct.
Okay. And then costs were how much?
I have the costs of $130 filing, 65.68 for the service, and $75 today for $270.68.
All right. So now, Ms. Hadrich, I'll turn to you. What do you want me to know as to why I should not grant the requests that the plaintiff is requesting today?
So I have paid some of the, some payments since December, or, yeah, December.
How much, what have you paid?
So on 12/6, I did an $88 payment. On, February 28th, 26, I made a $264 payment.
You can see on the ledger what she's saying is correct.
And on 1/6/26, I paid a $200 payment.
Correct.
So that's all taken into account in the 1933 then?
That is correct, Your Honor. Those are all credited on her ledger in the credit column.
Okay.
Also, for like the damages, I know I do owe some damages, but they illegally entered my home. They didn't give me no notice. They did after they seen the bearded dragon, and the bearded dragon has bioactive cage, so he has live feed in his cage. When I was gone for the week and a half, they tried saying I abandoned the place. Told my CPS worker that I had an eviction, so that caused some problems there. Yeah.
So when you claim that they illegally entered your residence, what do you mean by that? When and how so?
They didn't give me no notice to enter when I was gone. There was nothing on my door when I come back besides that they'd be feeding my bearded dragon because I abandoned it until I come and gave it or claimed possession of it.
So that was for that week and a half you were gone?
Yeah. Yep.
And is that the only time you're claiming that they illegally entered your apartment?
That's like that whole.
As far as you know?
As far as I know, yeah.
All right. Anything else you want me to know or consider?
I don't believe so.
All right. Mr. Gann, do you wish to present any rebuttal evidence?
Just ask the manager one question. When you enter the apartment, were you under the belief that the resident may have vacated?
Yes, there we were
Okay.
told by her neighbors that she left with her boyfriend.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. McVean, at what point did you enter the residence?
When we were, well, I was trying to think how we did this. I wanted to go back in and see if she had repaired any of the damages, if she had taken care of anything. I did leave a note on her door. We did not have a working phone number for her, so we weren't able to call her. But I did leave a note on her door that stated that I would be back in to check. And that's when we found the bearded dragon. And her neighbor said that she had left to go to a downstate with her boyfriend who was a convict, and they were trying to find him. So they left. And so we assumed with that information that she abandoned the apartment.
What made you assume that?
The neighbors told us that she did.
The neighbors said they abandoned, or she was just going downstate?
No, that they left. They left. She left the kids with one of the neighbors. And then she came back and got the kids and told them that she was leaving. So I just wanted to see, so I left a note on her door that because I wanted to double check the damages, and I wanted to double check to see if she did actually leave. And that's when we found the bearded dragon. So I didn't really know, if she left or not. So I just left her a note and told her that I would feed the bearded dragon for her out of my own pocket. Until she either came and picked up the bearded dragon, or until she either moved or we had evicted her or whatever. But she did have, I have all the paperwork. You should have that.
And when you gave a note saying you'd be back, how much time did you give?
When I would be back?
Yeah.
I gave her, the first time I gave her a 24-hour notice that I would be in to check the apartment. That's when I found the bearded dragon. So,
And that was to check the damages?
Check the damages and to see if she had cleaned anything up inside. And so then once I found the bearded dragon, I have a really hard time with animals not being taken care of properly. And so I didn't know really what to do. So I went to Scoops, and it's a new reptile place over on River Street. And I asked them how often it needed to be fed, is it going to die, that kind of thing. And she sold me some worms for it. And I left a note back on her door telling her that I would feed the bearded dragon until she either came back and got it, or she moved out, or we had to evict her, or whatever.
All right, Mr. Gann, does that lead to any additional questions for you?
The last question, at any time, by you going into that unit, did you interfere with her peaceful, quiet enjoyment of the unit?
Absolutely not.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Hadrich, anything, do you have any questions that you wish to ask Ms. McVeen?
I just want to state that I didn't get no notice on my door when I come home about her entering until she told me she was feeding the bearded dragon.
All right, anything else?
I think that's it.
All right, argument, Mr. Gann, if you so choose.
I think the evidence is very clear that she's violated the lease agreement, such that we should be regaining possession of the unit through a judgment, and the ledger speaks to itself. The current balance due line of $46,8199 is true and accurate, and the defendant has given no dispute to that. Actually, have you questions? Make sure that she had her payments credited, but there was no dispute to the dollar amount owed. So I move for my judgment on that.
I would
All right,
like to say
and
something.
Ms. Hadrich, any argument as to why I should not grant the request?
So, I did have an agency willing to pay the rent, when they were without a manager or whatever, out in limbo. They wouldn't send the proper paperwork for them to pay my rent. The agency was in contact with Jackie, I believe her name is, quite often, and they didn't have. And then when they were gonna redo another claim, so they stopped trying to help me. But they said if I could, they would help me again.
All right.
I have proof that Jackie and Ms. Hadrick emailed back and forth. She did ask for a form. That's what I was talking about earlier. She did have ask for a form, and Jackie gave it to her. Well, Jackie set it aside and told her that she could come and pick it up, and it wasn't there when she came back to work the next day, so she assumed that she came and got it. So then she never got it back from anybody. So Ms. Hadrick never had it filled out properly and returned, so.
Okay. All right, thank you. The court finds, based on the hearing and the testimony presented today, that the plaintiff does have the right to recover possession of the property. I do find there are violations of the lease agreement. As such, the defendant must vacate the property by August 10th, 2026. Defendant may still be liable for damages after moving out if rent is still owed or if there's damages to the property. An acceptance of a partial payment will not prevent an order of eviction from entering. The court also enters a money judgment in the amount of $4,684.69 based on damages and rent of $44,1401 and costs of $270.68. Mr. Gann, anything, and I filled out the judgment as I went, anything in a judgment I've missed?
No, sir.
All right, we will make sure the parties get a copy of it.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
Sorry? Thank you.